My name is Andrew Heffernan. I go by the stage name of Diemetic. And an interesting fact about me is that I just recently moved from Newfoundland to Alberta in Edmonton, and like literally just a couple weeks ago, and I'm loving it so far. So that's a fun little fact, and yeah, that's about it.
My name is Sam Aid, also known as RamJamSam. A fun fact about me. Shit.
420 blaze it.
Sometimes I smoke weed.
Just sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, like all the time. You know what? I don't really got a lot of like super cool facts other than like RamJamSam is this thing I do that some people think is cool.
Really? You don't do anything besides music? What do you do when you're not on stage, bro?
Music.
Me too, I feel Actually, I had a conversation.
I mean, like, I did spend a lot of years learning how to read palms.
There we go. That's cool.
Yeah, so
That's a fun fact.
That's a different fact. I don't do it too much these days.
Cool,
just because I've been so music focused. But
All right, what's my palm say, dog?
quick one.
Yeah,
One, I
quick.
can see that you have a ridiculously good memory and you're very practical minded.
Bang on.
Yeah,
Wow.
but that's just quick. If you ever want a full reading, we'll get together and do it. But yeah,
I'll send you an e-transfer.
Yeah, it can get pretty extensive. It's crazy what the palms can share with us.
Yeah, Shannon's definitely gotten a fair amount of experience watching me read
Oh,
people's
yeah?
palms and
There you
stuff.
go.
And
That's a cool
seeing-
fact.
Yeah.
See, look at you. You're more interested in the music.
Yeah, I do other stuff. I like hobbies.
Okay, I guess I'll go. My name is Shandon Autumn Griffin, and whatever other extensions happen to be put on. Today, I'm Alice. Go by the name Synchron sometimes, whatever I'm feeling. And I've been getting really nerdy this summer and learning a lot about live streaming and podcasting and all that fun stuff. Even though it's like something I've been doing for a few years, I feel like I'm still learning so much. And Sam, you've been teaching me a lot too.
Yeah.
You're always so inspiring because I see you working pretty hard behind the scenes, and it's like you're the kind of person where it's just like sponge brain. Like you're just able to absorb everything, and like you can watch a tutorial for a few seconds and you're like, yeah, I know how to like tear apart everything and put it back together and fix it all. And
So
Thanks for the kind words.
So basically, what we're sitting down with is the next Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, right?
Yeah, who knows?
I have a little bit more hair though.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably for the best, eh?
Yeah. So what brings you to Edmonton?
Well, I've been living in Newfoundland for quite a while now, about 10 years on and off, and been coming out to play shows and like festivals here for the past couple years, and basically decided it was a bit of a long commute for a weekend. So all my friends are out here, good people out here. Not really doing myself any favors hanging out in Newfoundland, frankly. So move where the opportunity is, you know what I mean? Take that next step in the career and see where we end up.
Definitely. You guys are both huge like producers, and you have this incredible talent. Both of you are diverse in how you express yourselves, but also have similar overlapping interests. What got you guys, whichever one of you wants to go first, what got you interested in wanting to even express yourself in that way?
Well, I went first for the introduction there, Sam, so how about you take that one off, eh?
All right.
All right.
So the question was, why did I decide to like take the direction of like the music career?
Yeah, why
basically?
music?
So I guess at first it was like I'm just such a big computer nerd. Like as a kid, I just spent so much time on a computer, just doing like anything that I found fun and interesting, and like I would make like
Me
weird
too, man.
mashups.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Yeah, that's I think a big thing. A lot of DJs, we just kind of like, you know, in this day and age right now, it's like a technological.
So
I can't say that word.
I'm just jumping in,
Yeah,
but
go for
like,
it.
yo, when did you start?
When I start writing music, like,
Yeah, like when did you like download that crack copy and figure it out?
let's see. So I guess like the first time I ever like made like a mashup, which I like smashed a bunch of songs and resampled them, I was like 15 years old.
And I'm sure it was all in key, right?
I had no idea what a key was. But the first like full original track I'd ever written was only like 4 years ago.
Okay, cool.
And then that was like, I torrented Ableton. I pirated Ableton for like 2 months, and then a buddy of mine and I went halves on it. We bought Ableton, and then like after I decided like, well, that was like the turning point. I like decided I was gonna be serious. Decided that we'd buy Ableton and just started doing it as much as I could.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
Pretty similar. Like, I was a huge nerd growing up, basically. So, my first experience with music, man, I must have been I don't know, maybe 13. I was in grade 7 or 8 when I downloaded that copy of FL Studio.
FL.
Yeah, straight up. No, shout out to my boys at Team Air. What's up? Oh fuck yeah. So yeah, like actually it was because like a friend of mine was doing it at the time, and I was like, yo, I want to be better than this guy. So I literally just downloaded to be better than that guy, and yeah, I downloaded like the crack. I'm sure I got 50 million viruses on the way. You know what I mean? Like it was just I don't know how I managed to do that at 13, but you know, whatever. And yeah, I kind of did it on and off for like a number of years, very poorly, right? And basically as of about 5 years ago, I was like, you know what, this is something I want to take actually not as a joke, you know, and like I had to figure it all out. So about 5 years ago, I was like, yeah, I got serious about it, and sat down, and actually I work on Ableton for the record. So but yeah, it was just basically yeah, that's kind of how it progressed for me anyway. So
was there any prior influence for you guys for something like that? I mean, I've noticed with some people it can be like they'll play video games, and this one thing that they hear just inspires them, like from when they were a kid to like go down this whole rabbit hole of something.
It's a deep rabbit hole, eh?
It's a huge rabbit hole.
It's the endless
it's
abyss.
one that never ends.
Yeah, the endless abyss. When you think you got it, you don't. I promise.
What beyond when you started, was there anything deeper than something like that, deeper than just getting all the software?
Well, like for me, like I actually first heard electronic music in 2003 or something. So I heard Daft Punk's "One More Time" on a friend's Walkman, actually. And I was like, there was no Google, really. You couldn't go to Google and be like, what lyrics are these, and have the song pop up. That wasn't a thing. Like that didn't exist. So
are you able to get closer to the mic?
Is that better? Is that any better?
Can you
yeah, I can hear him fine. It looks like he's getting good recordings on the mixer too.
So yeah, basically I heard the copy of "One More Time" on my friend's Walkman, and that was like my first introduction to electronic music. And I heard it the one time, and then never again, basically, for many, many years. I didn't know what it was, right? And but that was like the first time that I was like, oh yeah, actually, you know what? I think I like this. I think I like this a lot. And then because it was really catchy, it was, you know, everyone knows "One More Time," man. Like that's a OG banger,
classic.
Yeah. So basically, that was the beginning, and then you know, like I said, like my friend was like doing it. And we were we were uploading in Newgrounds. I don't know if anybody remembers Newgrounds.
I remember Newgrounds.
Oh yeah, so it's like, oh my god, Newgrounds. It was just like, you know, it was like you could upload music at the time, and there was like flash games and like it's like a message board forum thing. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. So, but yeah, we were uploading there and stuff. And like I said, like I only got into it because I was like, I want to be better than my friend over here. And he quit long ago, as far as I'm aware, and I'm just still here doing it because I enjoy it, right? So
passion.
Yeah, man, it's like it was something I didn't even know I liked, and then it's like, you know, it's like what that was, so let's say I was 13, you know, I'm 28 now. Like you can do the math. That's a long time to be doing something, even though for most of it I was doing it very poorly and not seriously. Like, you know, like I didn't know what, you know, stereo width was, or like what a bar was, like, you know, God help me, it was just random, like, oh, that sounds like a kick should go there. It was just terrible.
That's funny. For me, I think it would probably start when my brother really wanted to like start rapping a lot, and so I think it was like we wanted to work together, and I would work on like trying to come up with beats and figure out instrumentals and stuff for him to rap over. And then a bunch of my friends went to Shambhala one year, and then they came back and couldn't shut up about it, and kept playing all this Datsik stuff for me. And
Dude, honestly, I think the came out might be a better. Like you came out of Shambhala like and changed person, like you know what I mean? Like you came out of that, like man, what an experience.
Yeah, so at that time it was just like rumors. Like I didn't see any of it. I just hearing it, right? Like
Yeah.
I couldn't really get a grasp of what it actually was like to be at Shambhala. So the next year I ended up going because my friends bought me a ticket to go.
Sick.
So then I went, enjoyed a heck of a fucking time.
Yep.
It wasn't not my first festival, but
I gotta ask you though, what's your favorite stage?
Fractal.
Dude, man, me too.
I love Fractal.
Same. It's so good.
Dude. Oh my god. It's like if I'm having a bad time, let's go to Fractal and like funk out. You know what I
big
mean?
time.
Like, oh, I love that. That spot's the jam.
Describe Fractal Forest in 3 words.
Funky Star Wars with crazy lasers. Shit, that's not 3 words, but like whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, that counts.
3 things. There you go. Whatever.
Something that you had mentioned before is that the person that you had originally aspired to beat, essentially, you kind of ended up producing for longer than him, and he just quit.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I think there is a really big challenge when we're pursuing our dreams and the things that we love, that there comes a creative block, or you have these moments where it's so frustrating sometimes, and it's like you want to break your computer sometimes. I bet. And I get this a lot with media stuff too, and I'm just curious, what is it that you think keeps you in the game? What keeps you persistent and fighting through those moments?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I came to the realization, like, I've been doing this so long, and so it's like my day is basically like, man, it's like I work 40 hours a week, I do music, like I DJ, I don't really have a social life and stuff, right? So it's just music and whatever, right? Is what I do. Is like I work and then I go and work on music, because it was like work and then more work. So basically, I thought about it the other day, like recently, like past like month or so, and I was like, okay, so say if I quit, all right, what the fuck am I gonna do with all this free time? Like I don't have to. What do you mean I don't have to promote myself online? You don't what? Like it's like you mean I don't have to go grind this out? Like it's like what am I gonna do? Like drink some beer and watch Netflix? Well, that, you know what I mean? Like what am I gonna do? Right? It's been so long, and it's like I've been doing Diemetic now for like 5 years. So it's like man, it's like at this point, like I am Diemetic, man. It's like I come up to you, I'm like, yo, my name's Andrew, like, go by Diemetic, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure you feel kind of the same way, Sam. Like it's like you want to know people want to know who you are and whatever, and you're like, oh yeah, man, this is like my jam. So it's like, but for real, like if I wasn't doing this, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like drink beer and watch Netflix, like sure. like what? Like I don't know, like this is what I do. Like that's it. Yeah.
What about for you?
So like whenever I get writer's block or whatever, I find it very important to just like actually take a break and like go do something. Like if it's happening while I'm like in my scheduled time to like write music.
Oh, you do that? You do scheduled time?
I try to. I can't say I follow it all the time,
of
but
course,
I definitely try to implement like 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours before I go to bed.
Interesting. Okay.
And so but yeah, so if in that 2 hours, if nothing's coming to me, I will take a break and maybe go for a walk, maybe watch a movie, maybe play some video games to gather inspiration from whatever sources I can.
Because I have a hard time walking away.
Yeah, that's
like I can't. Like I've kind of like I don't know like I don't know, like this is different for everybody, of course, right? But for me, it's just like I'm like I feel like it's about habits. Because I'm kind of one of those people like that is like if I don't do it, then like I'm not gonna do it today turns into I'm not gonna do it tomorrow. turns into I'm not going to do it next week.
Turns into never getting done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you were just saying you walk away. For me, it's like I'll sit there and it's like if the only thing I do is tune a snare and EQ it and add some compression or reverb or whatever, then I sat there for like 4 hours and that's all I did, then I'm in the habit of like power through.
Right.
Like I don't know if that like do you do that at all or?
I mean, yeah, like if it's coming to me right away, like sometimes I'll sit there for like an hour, work on stuff. If nothing's coming to me for that hour, sometimes I'll push through just because you know I just really want to. I'm just maybe kind of driven. I just really have the music, you know, candy today or whatever. No, if it's coming, it's not that I like really walk away. It's more like I just turn an eye to it, and it's not very long. Like it's usually like
half-hour break or something
at the most, you know, like it's just going outside for fresh air and coming right back to it.
You know, actually the other day, like speaking on the same topic, like I was watching some interviews on Pegboard Nerds.
Oh yeah.
And they did a thing with JBL. You can find it on YouTube, JBL Pegboard Nerds. They did some kind of breakdown on a track or whatever, and they're crazy. Like they were just like, yeah, sometimes like you just got to be in the studio, man. 10 hours, and on the 11th hour, you're like, you come up with something cool and worth putting in.
Yeah.
And I was like,
does happen sometimes.
I was like, you guys are insane. Like I couldn't sit here for like 11 hours on nothing. Like, you know, I was like, my God, like, it's craziness.
See, I definitely have done that. Like I've actually like been in the studio like from the time I wake up to like way past I wanted to go to bed like 3 days later kind of thing.
No way.
And it, like that, I think the amount of times I've done that is why I started implementing like
breaks,
scheduled like writing music. Like it was almost like I turned it into like a career. Like it's like I wanted music to be my career. I read or I watched a Slink video, and in this video it was this bass gorilla tutorial. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
But in there it says if you want something to be your full-time job, treat it like one.
Interesting.
Right. And that's what
15-minute breaks every couple hours.
Take breaks,
half-hour
you know, clock in. Like if you're writing music from 9 to 5, write music from 9 to 5. Take your you know coffees and your breaks at lunch and stuff, and do that. And
Speaking of Slink, okay, so the other day I was trying to find like one of the tutorials that he did on his channel because he's got a bunch.
Tons.
Yeah, but like I couldn't find his channel on YouTube.
Oh really?
Have you noticed that?
No, I noticed he just posted a video like yesterday.
Like I literally like unless I'm somehow blocked off of the DJ Slink YouTube channel.
I doubt it.
Like I mean I don't even comment, right? Like you know what I mean? Like there's no reason to be blocked. But I mean it's just like it was not showing up in the search results. And I even Googled it, nothing.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, he's here.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. Is he there?
Yeah, just search up Slink, you'll find him. What the fuck? You should. Maybe you just didn't see it.
I don't know. Like it was crazy. Like it was like I was like there. I was looking for like a real specific like tutorial, right? Because I was like, shit, how do I do this again? Like I was trying to add like some vibrato to a track, and I was like,
you want to know how to do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you just add the LFO to the fucking
say,
thing, like whatever, right? But it was like it was in Serum, and it was like you know, like I wanted to map it to the macro.
Oh, if you're doing in Serum, there's another way too.
Yeah. So I was like just like wanted to just check it out real quick, like because it's like I don't do that very often. So I was like, all right, like how am I gonna just do this? And then it's like I know he has a good tutorial on it.
Very
so I was
easy,
like, you know, I was like I don't do it very often, so I just need like a quick like, this is real quickly what you do, right? And I was like, I know you got to put the LFO on like the like the fine pitch or coarse pitch or whatever you're trying to do and whatever. But like I was like, okay, like I just wanted to double check like a couple things like regarding like the matrix mapping, and I was like I could not find the channel. I was like, what the hell is going on? Like
I'm sure something was up. I'm sure
like you know what I mean? Like it's just like it was like what the fuck? Like, it was just so random. I was like, what? No, that's weird.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Nah, you'll find it. keep looking. Keep looking.
Keep looking, bro.
It's out there.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, something Slink said in, I think it was our first interview together, is that he envisions that he's got like a manager or like a boss breathing down his neck when he's writing, so he has to set times where he does everything, and then also just having a tidy workspace so you get more flow, and even feng shui I think is a huge part of that. I was just learning about the energy flow in room.
Yeah, for sure. Like because I just recently moved, and before, So like any kind of production you're gonna hear from me, like coming out, like I don't know when this is gonna be airing, but like for the most part, like any kind of production like coming out like soonish, as time of airing, I guess. I literally made it in my living room because at the time I didn't have a desk in my whole house, and I didn't have like a studio, so I had I had a couch and I had a coffee table, right, and then I had 2 monitors on either side, like on stands, and I made the whole thing in like a living room. And it was not feng shui at all. It was terrible. I don't recommend. It was like untreated, nothing, like terrible. And since I moved, now I have a desk. You know, I've upgraded, and I find the whole experience way better. So, if maybe you're having some problems, like change your environment.
Yeah, that's a big assistance. I definitely been going through that exactly right now for the past few weeks. Like I just moved and been putting every bit of my time with this new studio, and it's
Dude,
finally like at the point where I
saw
love
those.
it.
They're sick. I
It's
saw that
so
studio.
fun.
Dude, we got to go hang out in that sometime. That'd be great.
We have some, for those who are listening, Diemetic and I have some whips.
Whips.
Oh, whips.
We accept alternative lifestyles here, right? We got some whips, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for that studio session.
Now that he's in Alberta, it's gonna be pretty awesome getting together with him.
Yeah, it's like what 20 minutes? 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Where are you?
Right by the West Edmonton Mall.
Oh yeah, 20 to 30.
Yeah. So
that's not bad.
no excuses.
No excuses. Better than fucking 700 hours.
Yeah, it was a long drive. I think it actually ended up being like, because I drove over. Like I didn't fly, I drove over, and I think it was like 6,500 kilometers that I drove.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
That's brutal.
Yeah, it was a trip, man. I did it in like 7 days because I spent an extra day in Montreal, and man, it was a long drive, longest drive I ever did. It was long go, like 7 days, pretty much, like flat out 1,000 K a day, pretty
Wow.
much.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like except for the
That's
last
so
couple
crazy.
days, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought the drive to Ontario was bad. That sounds like torture, especially going through, no offense to anyone listening, Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Yeah, you know, they don't, flatlands, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Lots of fields.
Yeah, it was not the most scenic, but yeah, man, it was like my dog did great on the trip too. I was really impressed. She killed that shit, no
Amazing.
doubt. No doubt, she did good. So, it was certainly an experience. Yeah, no doubt.
Fun fact, apparently Saskatchewan has the most lakes in all of Canada. Is that it?
Yeah, per like for its size at least.
Is that
Yeah,
really?
Saskatchewan's
It
got the
doesn't
most
look
amount.
like it
I know,
from the
you
road.
would never see a lake driving through Saskatchewan, but yeah, Saskatchewan has the most amount of lakes in Canada.
I would have never guessed, man.
Yeah, they got 100,000 lakes there, and they also have
Wait, I'm sorry, 100,000?
100,000 lakes.
What?
Yeah, it
Like,
blew
what-
me away when I found this out.
What kind of distance constitutes a lake? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how big of a body of water is this?
There
Can we
are
Google this?
there are requirements, but the other thing about Saskatchewan too
Yeah,
is
let's Google that.
they have a fucking desert. Did you know this? There's a desert in Saskatchewan.
It's in northern Saskatchewan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it like because it doesn't rain because it's too cold?
I have no idea why.
I don't know. Yo, who's that guy on Joe Rogan that pulls shit up? Who is that?
Oh, he's got a journalist. I know who you're
Okay.
talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
Just
Hey
not the
Sam,
name.
pull that shit up, dog.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what a lake is. A lake may have an inlet and or an outlet stream, or a lake may be completely enclosed or landlocked. Generally, a lake is an area of open, relatively deep water that is large enough to produce a wave-swept shore.
But so it
I just
doesn't
wanna
matter
know-
the distance.
No.
I just want to know how you get, like, 100,000 is a big number. That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's,
So
it's
it's
an
like-
estimate too.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just curious how you would get to that kind of a conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, that's like who counted that? Like,
I'm over many of years. All these
Canadian
lakes have
Geological Survey.
gained names, and yeah, there's lists of what the lakes are and stuff. They're all like public tourist locations now, right? So like,
Jeez.
yeah, it's crazy. Saskatchewan's got a lot of cool like stuff to visit. You wouldn't think that if you're driving through it from the.
Actually, you know what?
coast,
Like, it was
but,
actually like a nice spot, like driving through. I mean, like, it was flat. Like, I just saw like the highway, so I can't really talk about like, you know, the actual places, right? Besides, like, you know, if you want to talk about gas stations, I'll tell you all about that. But yeah, yeah, I mean, it was crazy actually. Like crossing over, is that the one right after Ontario, or is that Manitoba?
No, it's Manitoba and then Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Okay, yeah, but okay, so like I guess not really as related as I thought, but like when I was crossing from Ontario to Manitoba, it was like foggy and well, it wasn't really foggy. It was like overcast and like kind of shitty the whole way through Ontario.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like it was like almost as soon as I crossed the border, it was like boom, sunshine.
Yeah.
It was like the most crazy thing, man. It was like, yeah, it was like you drove like half hour into the province, and it was like the speed limit went up, thank God, right? Because I think Ontario caps at 90 the whole way, and it's like
Ontario sucks driving through as well.
I did
But
not
it's
drive.
beautiful.
I did not drive the
It
speed
is
limit.
nice to look at.
In comparison, anyways.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
it just starts getting better the more west you go. It eventually, like as
BC is
soon as
pretty
you
nice.
hit in, as soon as you go into BC, it's like this magical fairy forest everywhere.
It's
and
crazy, actually.
It's
Yeah.
the most incredible thing.
I haven't driven to BC yet, so like, have you guys done that drive?
Yeah. it's a
I'm
nice
gonna
place.
be going there as of Monday.
Oh,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Picking up my vehicle from a friend's house.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to have a car.
Well, it's
Her other
it's
car.
kind of a wreck. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got another Pathfinder, so I'm just gonna take parts from the old one and put it on the new one and stuff.
I do that with my Subaru sometimes.
Yeah.
Keep that beast ticking. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. What else do we talk about?
I don't know, man. Like,
Are you guys satisfied or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Like,
mean-
how long we been chatting?
We got more
Yeah.
socializing to do, I think.
27 minutes and 25, 26, 27 seconds.
I mean, I'm good if you guys are good. Like, you know,
Yeah.
good chat. Like, I was
It's a good interview. I
Yeah.
love how the Dream Scene does all these interviews
Me
with
too.
people. It
Yeah.
inspires us as artists to continue doing what we do, and it helps us realize how much people are actually interested in our
Yeah.
lives and what we do, and we don't feel so fucking alone in our nerdy basement or our
Yeah.
Same.
nerdy studio.
yeah, my nerd room. Yeah.
I wouldn't have much of a job if it wasn't for you guys.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that we all get to work together.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I
Just
always
a
have
bunch of nerds.
Yeah, I have a good time every time I come out with you guys. So, like,
Say
Likewise.
yeah, thanks, guys.
Jinx.
Like, you guys are hilarious.
All right, let's wrap it up. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.